welcome to Paper Zebras. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video for a while, but I'm excited to be doing one now because May is EDS Awareness Month, or Ehlers Danlos Awareness Month, and I usually get really excited for this month every year because this is what I do. This is the reason why I started this channel and why I talk to a lot of people around my home and online and everything about. I've made a lot of friends online that I talk to on the phone and have met in person about EDS, what it's like to live with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, how to live with this before diagnosis, during diagnosis process, going to doctors appointments, and then what? Then what do you do after you've been diagnosed, and how do you live this life once the doctor's appointments kind of slow down, and how do you just live this life? How do you do the day in and day out life of this? For any chronic condition. So this is for the Ehlers-Danlos Society's website. They have a challenge for the month of May for Awareness Month to spread awareness, and I'm not officially doing the challenge, but I wanted to take their topics. So they have like daily topics, daily prompts that you can talk about, and I'm gonna kind of combine those topics into different videos and everything, because they're wonderful things that I want to talk about. Actually, the things that I've wanted to talk about for a long time, and have in my own list to talk about with you. So the first day is just, this is me, kind of introducing yourself to you and who I am. I started this channel years ago, did it for a little while and then stopped. And I picked it up again this fall when I did a speech at UMES, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, and it was for the physical therapy department there, all about living with EDS, and it's wonderful. It's so full of information, just what it's like for us, what our bodies go through, what it's like for us, mentally, how important a relationship is with our physical therapist. I do go into specifics with that, but it's so much about generally what our life is like with this. I even had my own mother tell me that, she said, I know it about EDS, I know about your EDS, but I learned so much from watching your video. So it is on my channel. So please, if you get a chance, watch it. Really, especially if you have people in your life that don't know a lot about EDS, or they're not sure what to think about it. And a lot of times with any chronic condition, and EDS especially, because it's so, I know I'm supposed to be talking about myself. The thing that is so confusing about EDS is that it's one of the few, if not the only, one of the only few conditions that can literally involve every single solitary cell of your body, which affects every system of your body, and can affect it at any given moment of every given day. It can pop up and affect your life. So that's what makes it so frustrating and hard to get diagnosed and to understand it ourselves, and then to get the people in our lives to understand it. It's challenging. So that's what I really talk about a lot, and that's what I want to do on this channel. So again, my name is Molly Hill, and I call this channel Paper Zebra because zebra for the zebra for EDS, of course, for a rare disease. I also have a video, my most recent video, it's all about the zebra ribbon and what it means, what a medical zebra is. So I explained that, and it's about looking to the rare. It's not always looking to the most obvious like horses. You have to look to the rare like zebras sometimes, meaning doctors and people in the healthcare profession. So I wanted to address that. And then paper, because I love everything to do with paper. Everything, paper, anything crafting, but not just that. I love sewing. I've started sewing. I started quilting recently, and I love scrapbooking, writing. I love art journaling and anything you can think of, making traveler's notebooks, making planners, junk journals, all pretty much anything with paper I love doing and exploring and looking into whatever I can do with it. So I thought that was a perfect title for this channel, Paper Zebra. I'm 45. One of the good things about EDS, one of the benefits is we tend to look very young. You know, if I had my hair up in a ponytail and no makeup on and sweats and stuff, you know, I look like I'm about, you know, sometimes I look about 18, especially being so short and everything. I look very young, and just one of the good things. It's one of the only good things we get with this thing. But yeah, so I'm 45. I am married to an amazing man named Kevin. We've been married for, this fall will be 22 years. We've been together 23 years. And we have two incredible sons. Cameron is almost 19. Matthew is 14, just turned 14. Cameron's about to finish his freshman year of college. And Matthew is just about to finish 8th grade and is going to start high school. Our baby's going to go into high school. It's crazy. And we've gone through a lot with having kids, and I will talk about that. That's something that you definitely need to know about me, is I'm pretty much an open book. If anything that I can share will help somebody else, I will most likely talk about it. You can ask me anything. If there's something you want me to address, please post it in the comments. If there's something you want me to research, if there's something that you want to ask me, like if I've had this, if I've gone through that, you know, please ask and I will talk about it. And I've shared, there are older videos that are like my timeline video where I've, you know, talked about my, I hate the word journey, but talked about my journey with EDS, just, you know, at what age I had what and surgeries and all that good stuff. But I will certainly do it again because I've gone through some more things since then, a couple more surgeries I think since then, and more stuff. Where was I? Sorry, brain fog. That's part of it too, that under the dysautonomia umbrella. Talk about that too. About me. Supposed to be talking about me, talking about introducing me to you. You know, two parents, they got divorced after 40 some years of marriage. And I have an older brother. I'm adopted, and I found my biological parents actually because of EDS. When I got diagnosed after my second shoulder reconstruction at 20, I had this one done at 19, this one done at 20, and that's when my surgeon said something else is going on here besides swimming. I was a competitive swimmer. I swam at UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, for a couple of years, and then my shoulders were kaput. And you know, I mean, they dislocated brushing my hair. It was, party tricks were fun and interesting, and you know, I liked freaking people out, but you know, it's not good. We're not supposed to do party tricks, so if you're doing them to freak people out, stop. It's not a good thing. Yeah, so I'm adopted. I found my biological parents because of this, and my biological mother does have EDS. She was able to get diagnosed because of knowing that I had it, and I have two half-sisters that also have it. My biological grandmother has it. It's amazing to see that whole nature nurture stuff unfold right before your eyes and be able to answer all those questions of, you know, looking back in your life and seeing what you kind of gained and took in and are part of your personality and everything from how you were raised, and then what is just part of you, and then what's your just own, you know, just your own concoction. Your own personality. So, and I will talk about that too, because this channel is not going to be just about EDS, because here's my whole motto, basically. And I even want to make t-shirts that say this or something. I live by the motto of do what you can do when you can do it, because EDS is one of those things, one of those conditions that can knock you on your ass sometimes, literally, and figuratively, but it can. I mean, it can. There's times when I've been in bed for a week straight because I can't walk or my energy is kaput, I can't lift my head off the pillow because of my neck. My headaches are too bad. A whole slew of things. And, you know, or it might be where I have a couple good days in a row, and so I do way too much, and I'm too sore from doing stuff, and I know exactly what caused it, or there's no rhyme or reason for why I feel the way I do. But here's the thing. Your condition, whatever it is, cannot be your life. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So the reason why I told you my age, I know most women don't like saying their age. The reason I did is because, so I got diagnosed when I was 20. I saw my first surgeon when I was 15, my first orthopedic surgeon when I was 15 about my knees. Diagnosed at 20 after my second shoulder reconstruction. And now I'm 45, and I've gone through 3 hip surgeries since then. I've gone through a lot, and I will talk about that more in other videos, and I've talked about it in past ones as well. But the thing is that I've learned so much over time. I went through a lot of this without the internet, without other people knowing what EDS was. I hate that statement. I say this in other videos too, is I hate that statement, but the internet wasn't around for a lot of my beginning times with EDS. I couldn't just look it up, and most doctors didn't know what it was and couldn't pronounce it, and I had no one to talk to about it. No one understood it. So I figured out a lot of things on my own, went through a lot of it on my own. And luckily I have a very supportive husband and everything, and family and stuff, but not everybody has that. So I want to make sure that everyone understands how crucial it is that you have a support system around you. And if you don't, that this is a place where you can have some support and someone that understands you. And there is a huge community out there that will understand you and knows exactly what you're going through. And you can find a lot of zebras out there, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Once we can start being social again, at the conferences and support groups and everything. So it is crucial that you find your tribe, basically. I want to encourage people to do what they can do when they can do it. That's the biggest thing that I've learned through all this, is accept the times that are gonna suck, know that they're gonna come, and say, okay, I'm gonna feel like crap these days, or I give yourself permission to have those bad times. But when you feel good, stop thinking about it so much, stop talking about it so much, stop harping on it so much. Do what you can do what you enjoy. If you love crafting, craft. If you love writing, write. If you love playing music and you're physically able to, do it. If it's what you're physically able to do, what you have the capacity to do, what you have the availability to do. You have to find ways to give yourself joy, to bring joy to yourself, or go out there and find it. You have to. You just do. There's no way around it, because this life is hard. This is challenging life, and if you don't have a lot of people around you, or you just happen to live in a state, because of a job or because of whatever reason, you don't have a lot of family around you or anything, you must find that thing or a few things that you really enjoy doing when you're physically able to do it. Like photography or a cooking class, or finding your favorite coffee shop to go read in or write in, or whatever it is. But you have to do it. I cannot stress that enough. You have to. Your condition cannot be your life. It can't be all that you talk about, all you think about, all you do online. It cannot. You'll drive yourself crazy doing that. So this channel, yes, well, I'm going to talk a lot about EDS, and I will give as much information, as much support as I can. And a lot of, I'll give facts, and I can do research and all that stuff, and that's very important. But I also want to stress living and life and how we just live this life. That's the most important thing to me, is just how do we do it? How do we get through this? How do we get through it? You know, when times suck, how do we do it? And that's really what I want to be here for, you know. And if you want to know anything about something I've gone through, please ask, and I will talk about it. I will definitely be talking about being adopted. I will talk about my pregnancies. Because people need to know that if you're trying to get pregnant, or if you've had difficult pregnancies, you need to know what some possibilities are that can happen. You need to learn, you know, all possibilities that are out there, and how to be flexible. That's a big thing. I actually have the word flexible, you know, tattooed on my arm with the zebra ribbon, kind of as a reminder, you know, a play on words, because yes, we're very flexible in our bodies and everything, but we have to be so flexible, very flexible in our state of mind. We have to be, because again, it comes along with surviving this. How do we get through it? How to not only get through it, but how do we thrive? There's a lot of hardships that come along with this. You know, there's no way around it. It can be very depressing. It can be lonely. It can cause anxiety. It can cause those things. But with that, you can have a happy life. I have lost 3 children. My other 2, my sons that have survived, were premature, and we weren't sure what was going to happen, you know. But I'm an incredibly happy woman. There were tough times. A lot of that sucks, but you know, it is very possible to find joy. And so those are the kind of things that I want to share. And how do you do it? How do you get through it? It is very possible, and I'm here for you. Okay. Again, a little bit more about me. I know I keep going off on the EDS stuff and what I want to talk about, and I will, because I get very excited and I go off on tangents and everything. So I apologize for that, but as you'll see, I get very animated and into this. I care so much about it, and I care so much about helping people, because like I said, I didn't have someone to really help me go through all this stuff. So I get very excited knowing that I can help some people feel better about this stuff. Okay, so I swam in college, I said that, and then I was a teacher. I was a teacher for many years, and let's see, I graduated college in, 97, and then I had to stop teaching in 2009, and there were a couple years, you know, in there where I didn't teach, where I tried other things, or I wrote curriculum instead of being in the classroom, or something, or at one point I thought about nursing, actually, but I couldn't do it, and I got to a point where it was Thanksgiving of 2009, where my body literally just went, you're done. You know, I couldn't stand there, even hold the books anymore, and be on my feet anymore, and I'll tell all that too. You know, in one of the upcoming I'm going to try to do a video. I don't know if I'll be able to do it every day, but I'm going to try to do a lot of these videos this month especially, so because of raising awareness and everything, and I want you to get to know me as much as possible, so that way, that's how you know you can trust me. That's the only way you're going to know, how can I believe a word she says? How can I trust that she has good advice? How can I trust that Molly can help me at all, or that I can, you know, depend on her, or just trust her and believe anything she says? Well, that's how you'll know, because you will hear what I've gone through and how I've gotten through it, and that I just genuinely want to help people. So I'll tell you all about it. I'll also talk about how to get disability. I got disability. Once I applied for it, I got it in under 4 months without a lawyer. I had an advocate, but I got it without a lawyer, so I can give a lot of advice on that too. I do have a video from from like 3 or 4 years ago, about disability, And I do give a lot of information in that. But I will be redoing it. I will certainly talk about that some more because it is very important. Financial hardships. We've gone through that, and that's another thing too. I asked my husband, Kevin, if he would do some videos with me as well, and, to get his point of view on things, and how he helps me, and how he's felt about certain things. And he said, absolutely. Because, it definitely affects relationships and marriages. And again, we've gone through so many things that where one of those things or issues could break up a marriage, could cause divorce, but yet we've made it through. Not saying we haven't had some tough times, we have, but we chose to get through it. And that's also something I want to talk through. How do you get through it? How can you hopefully, try to save your marriage? And it doesn't always work. It's not always the best choice, but it is about choice. And that's the key word there. I will be posting videos about my diagnosis next, and symptoms, and I'll kind of do what I'll do for that as far as symptoms go, and what I experience with my EDS is I'll kind of do like a head to toe thing, because that'll help me, remember, make sure I don't forget anything, because my memory is not the best. Topamax and Lyrica have not helped my memory. Recall sucks. Just pulling out the words you need sometimes is very difficult. So yeah, I'll kind of do like a head to toe, this is what happens to me. And that way you'll know, because a lot of times you hear, when you figure out what you have, when finally you get diagnosed, or someone says, oh, I think you might have EDS because of this. Oh, you can bend your thumb all the way down to your wrist, or oh, you can dislocate this, or you can whatever, pull your skin way out, or all the party tricks you love to do. And it's when you're like, oh, that's not normal? People aren't supposed to be able to do that? Oh, okay. It's those moments when you're like, oh, okay, so I'm not alone here. Yay, there's other people that experience this too. I mean, it sucks that other people go through this and might have pain and this stuff too, but oh my gosh, I'm not alone. It's a really wonderful feeling when you finally have other people to talk to, or just even knowing they're out there. I live on the eastern shore of Maryland. I'm from Baltimore originally, but my husband and I moved to the eastern shore, near Ocean City. We're in Salisbury. We're near Ocean City, Maryland. He's from here, and we moved here in 2005, and I'll tell that story when we talk about pregnancy stuff, because it's tied together. There's several people that I've met from here that have EDS, and every single person that I've met from here, I think, maybe all but one, every single person I've met from here that had it, I was the first person they met, or talked to even, that had EDS. So it is very important to start making those connections, find people to talk to, and they're out there. Believe me, they're out there. It's not as rare as you think. I am going to wrap this up, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. I will be making a video next time on my diagnosis story. Something to, I guess, look forward to, or know that will be coming on this channel too, is, like I said, that it's so important about this not being your life, that your condition not being your life and all that you do. Something that I want to have on here now, I don't know how it's gonna go, but it's something I want to do, because that is my message, because that's so important to me about doing what you can do when you can do it, is I want to show that when I am able to craft, for example, when I can art journal, when I can sew, when I can make a card. I love making cards. I never buy cards anymore. I make them. Whatever craft I'm doing, I want to, not necessarily, I wouldn't call them tutorials, because by no means am I an expert or can say I can teach that, but I am a teacher. So I am very much all about explaining things at the bare bones, the basics. You know what, I'll talk about my struggles too. I definitely, I don't have it all together, so I certainly have struggles too, and some hard things to deal with as well. So one of which is procrastination, and mostly because of feeling like if I can't do things perfectly the first time, I put it off and put it off and put it off and put it off, and hence I haven't done a video in a while because I'm not a techie. I don't understand a lot of the technology stuff out there, so I just keep putting it off. And so I finally said, nope, I can't put it off anymore. I'm just using my phone right now, and I'll edit, on my basic editing software until I learn the new stuff, and it'll get better as I go. It doesn't have to be the perfect stuff right away. It'll get better as I go. So that's something I have to get better at, is accepting it doesn't have to be perfect right away, But that's something I want to share. I want to write. I have always had a dream of, writing from anything from children's stories to a memoir to novels. I've started a novel. I have a whole memoir outlined. I have a ton of notebooks full of children's stories ideas. I've always wanted to write, so that's something I want to talk about on here too. I just want it to be my life, basically. So I hope you come along for the ride with me, and I'll see you in the next video. I can't wait to get to know you more. All right, take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, and gentle hugs.